According to RAINN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, 44% of sexual assault victims are under the age of 18. Melinda Sordino, the protagonist in Laurie Halse Anderson's 1999 novel Speak, is one of those young victims. Unable to confront out loud the dark ugliness about what happened to her that summer night, Melinda instead chooses to become selectively mute. Over the course of a school year, we share in Melinda's introspective and painful struggle with what happened to her. But in the end, we can rejoice when she finally realizes that, in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. The girl behind me taps me on the shoulder with her long black nails. She had heard Heather introduce me. Sordino? You're Melinda Sordino? Aren't you the one who called the cops at Kyle Rogers' end of the summer party? A block of ice freezes her section of the bleachers. Heads snap in my direction with the sound of 100 paparazzi cameras. I can't feel my fingers. I shake my head. Another girl chimes in. My brother got arrested at that party. He got fired because of the arrest. I can't believe you did that, asshole. You don't understand, my head voice answers. Too bad she can't hear it. My throat squeezes shut as if 2 hands of black fingernails are clamped on my windpipe. I have worked so hard to forget every single second of that stupid party, and here I am in the middle of a hostile crowd that hates me for what I had to do. I can't tell them what really happened. I can't even look at that part myself. An animal noise rustles in my stomach. Heather moves to pat my pom-pom, but she pulls her hand back. For a minute, it looks like she'll defend me. No, she won't. It might interfere with her plan. I close my eyes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Don't say anything, just breathe. The girl behind me jams her knees into my back. They're as sharp as her fingernails. I inch forward in my seat and stare intently at the team. The girl with the arrested brother leans forward. As Heather shakes her pom-poms, the girl yanks my hair. Almost climb up the back of the kid in front of me, turns and gives me a dirty look. The cheerleaders cartwheel into the gym and bellow. The crowd stomps the bleachers and roars back, and I put my head in my hands and I scream to let out the animal noise and some of that night. No one hears. I want to make a memorial for our turkey. Never has a bird been so tortured to provide such a lousy dinner. I dig the bones out of the class and I bring them to art class. Mr. Freeman is thrilled. He tells me to work on the bird, but keep thinking tree. You are on fire, Melinda. I can see it in your eyes. You are caught up in the meaning, in the subjectivity of the effect of commercialism on this holiday. This is wonderful, wonderful. Be the bird. You are the bird. Sacrifice yourself to abandoned family values and canned yams. Whatever. I glue the bones to a block of wood, arranging the skeleton like a museum exhibit. I find knives and forks in the odds and ends bin and glue them so they look like they're attacking the bones. I take a step back. It isn't quite done. I rummage in the bin again and find a half-melted palm tree from a Lego set. It'll do. Pop the head off a Barbie doll and set it inside the turkey's body. That feels right. I wave my hand and Mr. Freeman comes over to inspect. He almost faints with delight. Excellent, excellent. What does this say to you? I didn't know there'd be a quiz. I clear my throat. I can't get any words out. It's too dry. I try again with a little cough. Sore throat? Don't worry, it's going around. Want me to tell you what I see? I nod in relief. I see a girl caught in the remains of a holiday gone bad with her flesh picked off day after day as a carcass dries out. The knife and fork are obviously middle-class intentions, sensibilities. The palm tree is a nice touch. A broken dream, perhaps? Plastic honeymoon, deserted island? If you threw a piece of pumpkin pie in there, it could be a deserted island. I laugh in spite of myself. I'm getting the hang of this. While Ivy and Mr. Freeman watch, I reach in and pluck out the Barbie head. I set it on top of the bony carcass. There's no place for the palm tree. I toss that aside. I move the knife and fork so they look like little legs, and I place a piece of tape over Barbie's mouth. Do you have any twigs, little branches? I could use them to make arms. Ivy opens her mouth to say something, then closes it again. Mr. Freeman studies my homely project. That's not the reaction I was hoping for, but I guess it was positive. Ivy could have turned her nose up or ignored me, but she didn't. Mr. Freeman taps his chin. He looks way too serious to be an art teacher. He's making me nervous. A cold front blows across the library. Rachel straightens up and snaps shut the cover of her notebook. What do you want, anyway? Before I can answer, the librarian pounces. We are welcome to continue our conversation outside or in the principal's office, or we can stay and be quiet. Our choice. I take my notebook out and write to Rachel. Are you still mad at me? I write. No, I guess not. It was a long time ago. The party was a little wild, but it was dumb to call the cops. We could have just left. I could leave it like this. Stop in the middle of the highway. She's talking to me again. All I have to do is keep the dirt hidden and walk arm in arm with her in the sunset. She reaches back to fix her hair scrunchie. RB plus AE is written on the inside of her forearm. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. I force my hand to relax. I didn't call the cops to break up the party, I write. I called. I put the pencil down. I pick it up again. I called them because some guy raped me. Under the trees, I didn't know what to do. She watches as I carve out the words. She leans closer to me. I write more. I was stupid and drunk, and I didn't know what was happening, and then he hurt. I scribble it out. Raped me. When the police came, everyone was screaming, and I was just too scared, so I cut through some backwoods and walked home. I push the notebook back to her. She stares at the words. She pulls her chair around to my side of the table. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, she writes. Why didn't you tell me? I couldn't tell anybody. Does your mom know? I shake my head. Tears pop up from some hidden spring. Damn it. I sniff. I wipe my eyes on my sleeve. Did you get pregnant? Did he have a disease? Oh my God, are you okay? No, I don't think so. Yes, I'm okay, kinda. Rachel writes in a fast, heavy hand. Who did it? I turn the page. Andy Evans. Liar! She stumbles out of her chair and grabs her books off the table. I can't believe you. You're jealous. You're a twisted little freak, and you're jealous that I'm popular and I'm going to the prom, and so you lie to me like this? You sent me that note, didn't you? You're so sick. I head for my closet after school. I want to take the poster of Maya Angelou home, and I'd like to keep some of my tree pictures and my turkey bone sculpture. I don't know what to do with the comforter. It's really too ratty to take home. I should have gone to my locker first and got my backpack. I forgot about the books that are in here. I fold the comforter, set it on the floor, turn out the light, and head out the door for my locker. Somebody slams into my chest and knocks me back into the closet. The light flicks on, and the door closes. I am trapped with Andy Evans. He stares at me without talking. He's not as tall as my memories, but still just as loathsome. The light bulb throws shadows under his eyes, and he's made out of slabs of stone and gives off this smell that makes me afraid I'll pee my pants. He cracks his knuckles. His hands are enormous. You have a big mouth. You know it? Rachel blew me off at the prom, giving me some bullshit story about how I raped you. You know that's a lie. I never raped anybody. I don't have to. You wanted it just as bad as I did. The words fall like nails on the floor, hard and pointed. I try to walk around him and he blocks my way. You're not going anywhere. You really screwed things up for me. He reaches behind and locks the door. Click. You are one strange bitch. Know that? A freak. I can't believe anybody listened to you. He grabs my wrists. I try to pull them back and he squeezes me so tight it feels like my bones are splintering. He pins me against the closed door. Maya Angelou looks at me. She tells me to make some noise. I open my mouth and take a deep breath. Ow! A sound explodes from me. No! My fingers wave overhead, looking for a branch, a limb, something to hang on to. A block of wood, the base of my turkey bone sculpture. I slam it against Maya's poster. I hear a crunch. It doesn't hear. It breathes like a dragon. Its hand leaves my throat, attacks my body. I hit to wood against the poster and the mirror under it again and again. And shards of glass slip down the wall and into the sink. It pulls away from me, puzzled. I reach in and wrap my fingers around a triangle of glass, and I hold it to Andy Evans's neck. He freezes. I push just hard enough to raise one drop of blood. He raises his arms over his head. My hand quivers. I want to insert the glass all the way through his throat. I want to hear him scream. I look up. I see the stubble on his chin, white forming at the corners of his mouth. His lips are paralyzed. He can't speak. That's good enough. I said no.